Hi everyone, I'm Modern Mulan. Welcome po to our new episode of IC Stories Manila. This is our third episode. Ano nga ba ang CATALYZE? So kung nanonood man kayo live or via replay natin, please magiging kayo sa ating comment section. Show us some love. Let us know where you're watching from. Kung taga CDO ba kayo, Iloilo, Zamboanga, or kagaya ko na nasa Pampanga. So we have an interesting episode ahead. We'll be talking about the usuals, ICP, market updates, and yung special guest natin. And of course, we'll be introducing a new game for all of you na may kasamang prizes, of course. May mga pag-giveaways tayo today as usual. So yung giveaways natin, dalawa yan. We'll talk more about them later on. Pero sneak peek or konting information about them. Yung giveaway natin is for during the live and meron din tayo for outside the live stream. So ganun ka-generous ang ICP Manila. Now, before we start, let's say hi sa mga early birds natin. Syempre, ayan. Oguntunde, hello po. Kumusta po kayo? Happy to join this live chat. Thank you so much. We are so happy to have you here. Spitfire, hello. Spitfire is in the house again. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Sino pa nandito? Kajki, maraming salamat po. And again, if you want a shout out sa mga episodes natin, please join us and you can leave your comments sa baba. Siguro, we'll also start reading yung mga comments from our previous episodes para involved din kayo. Ayan. So, alright. Gaya ng sabi natin, dito sa crypto, lamang lagi ang merong alam at lamang ang mga unang nakakaalam. Kaya let me update you sa mga kaganapan natin sa ICP lately. So starting with, we actually have our official ICP Discord now. So this is very exciting sa mga bago sa crypto or sa mga may experience na alam nyo na napaka-importante ng Discord community talaga. No? So we have the link in the description box kung gusto nyo sumali. So napakarami ng mga languages na available. Pakita natin sa inyo. Kaya lang, as we are doing this live stream, wala pa po for Filipino, but we will be requesting that very soon. So ayan, help us out kapag nandun na kayo, mag-request kayo ng Filipino or Tagalog channel. No? So ito yung mga existing nila. Syempre may English, Chinese, Viet, Japanese, Korean, Arabic, Hindi, Indonesian, Turkish, Russian, Spanish, Portuguese, and French. At claiming na ang next po ay ang Filipino community or Filipino channel natin. So again, help us iparamdam ninyo yung presence natin sa kanilang Discord. Link in the description box of this live stream. So alright, aside from that, last episode, so ito yung sinasabi ko na ongoing giveaway natin. So if you guys remember last episode, isa sa mga bisita natin ay si Joey from Cubetopia. And then, nag-usapan natin doon na meron tayong pag-giveaway. And alam niyo naman, tumutupad tayo sa mga pangako natin. No? So, let me open up yung giveaway natin dito sa Twitter para may konting information kayo about it. Or kung paano kayo makakasali. So, ito siya. Minecraft Killer, yung Cubetopia nga. We talked with Joey ng project. So, all you have to do to be one of the 3 winners ng ICP natin, mag-retweet, tag 3 friends. Itong mismong tweet na to, no? So, nakalagay din sa description box yung Twitter na ICP. Of course, show your love and support dun sa episode na yon. We have the full video doon. You can like it, share it, and leave a comment as well. Tapos, yung best comment will win. And sino ba yung pipili dito? None other than yung guest natin na si Joey. So, ayan siya. Meron na mga sumali dito, no? So, huwag kayong magpahuli. Ayan, lalo na kung naniniwala talaga kayo sa future ng ICP, napakalaking bagay nito. So, ayan. That's 2 down. One more update na we have for you. Meron tayong reliable publication. This talks about yung Web3 or crypto updates. Yan, sa mga inside stories. So, you can follow, you can be updated by searching fastblocks.com. So, pakita ko rin yan sa inyo. Nasa Twitter din yan, no? So, if you're not following ICP Manila on Twitter yet, then what are you doing? Huwag kayo magpahuli. So, ayan siya. This is Crypto Williams. Sinabi niya na may pinublish siyang article sa fastblocks.com. Nakalink din dito, no? So you can click this and check it out. If you want a dedicated portion of this sa next ano natin, if you're interested, gusto niyo mag-dive in tayo and talk about everything na share niya, let us know in the comment section or sa live chat natin and we can happily do that for you. So yan, are you truly decentral? Sabi niya dito. We'd also love to hear your thoughts. Kung halimbawa after nyong basahin ito, you have thoughts na you want to talk about or share sa community natin, you're very much welcome. This is a safe space for you guys, whether here sa comment section, live chat, or sa Twitter natin mismo. So, ayan. Napakarami na, no? And we're what? We're 6 minutes in the episode, pero ang dami na nating updates. Now, I wanna share with you, alam niyo ba yung pinag-usapan natin a couple of, an episode before? Yung highlights naman ang pag-uusapan ngayon. So, there was a meet-up sa Naga, Legazpi, and Bicol. I'll also show you a video kung ano bang mga nangyari. So, para sa mga kagaya ko na hindi nakapunta doon, don't worry, hopefully magkaroon tayo ng meet-up sa mga iba-iba pang lugar. And iba rin kasi yung face-to-face na makapag-usap tayo and share our passion for ICP, di ba? So, yan. Pakita natin ngayon yung ano naman, yung video nga nila. So kung naman kasama kayo or nakapag-attend kayo ng meet-up na to, again, let us know. Of course, we would love to hear about your experience, ano bang natutunan ninyo, at co-included ba kayo sa video na to. Sandali, meron silang ano bang tamang term dito? Ayan, merong parang recap video. So, highlights of last week's Web3 meetup at Naga, Legazpi, Bicol. Nawala siya. Ayan. Pero yun po yung video natin, yung highlight natin for that meetup. Again, kung meron kayong, kung gusto nyo i-comment ninyo kung taga saan po kayo, so we can set up a meetup for your place. Diba? So, pwedeng-pwede din po. So, welcome lang natin yung mga bago nating mga commenters sa live chat. Hello po, France Shadi. How are you? Si Spitfire daw, nandun na sa Discord ng ICP. Thank you, Spitfire. If you can also invite your family and friends, we would really, really appreciate that. Sian Mercado, good evening po. It's so nice to have you back here. Welcome again to our third episode of ICP Manila. So, ayan. Now, let me call in our speaker para sa mga hindi po nakapanood ng previous episode natin. Ito. So, we have Ape and Crypto to share like a quick recap of what you missed. So, hi Ape and Crypto, how are you?
Thank you, Modern Mulan.
Hello?
Nakakatuwa yung video. Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear
Wait,
me?
parang walang audio. I'm not sure kung ako lang. Hello?
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Press 1 po kung narinig nyo si Ape and Crypto. Hello?
Hello? It
Hello?
happens. Technical
Sabi ni
difficulties.
Sian. Okay, so while we're figuring out kung ano nangyari sa audio ni Sir Ape and Crypto, let me say hi kay Mr. KNTZ. Ayan, may audio daw. Okay, so baka sa akin. Sorry, sorry. For a while lang po.
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Ayan. I think it's okay.
Ay, ayan. Ayan, yes, yes. Sabi ni Sian Mercado, sir, sa Cebu naman daw yung next natin.
Yeah, we will be going there kasi it's a roadshow that we're planning with the biggest names in Crypto PH. So, it will be a selected region that we're finalizing right now, but definitely it will happen. Cebu, Davao, and a lot more within the Philippines. And to give lang then a background on the Naga meetup, actually it's not just a meetup, it's actually a 2-day session. We're in on the
Mhm.
first day, blockchain space, metagaming guild, Spark Point, and the others were able
PDAX.
to PDAX
Mhm.
basically had a panel discussion about Web3. Pinag-usapan nga nila yung Web3. And then on the second day, it's a meetup with mga developers sa Bicol. Together
Hmm.
with mga government agencies actually ng Bicol region. Nandun din yung mga universities that we are targeting actually kasi sila yung mga future kumbaga blockchain developers, no?
Yeah, oo.
So we want to
I
train
think
them.
it's so interesting to know na very involved din pala. So aside from yung sinet ninyo, yung mga enthusiasts, very involved din pala yung sa kanilang government and universities, no? So that's really good to hear. Aside from those, are there any specific things like maybe your top learnings or main giveaway or takeaway from that event?
Wow, very passionate sila. Modern Mulan.
Mm.
I was surprised. They were very passionate about blockchain and crypto. And actually, mga attendees doon, actually together with the government, really very serious in implementing kumbaga a roadmap or a plan within their region, Bicol. So for
Mm.
me, abangan nyo yun, yung Bicol region, kasi I'll be working with them na I've been planning kasi to do kumbaga, a zero to hero type of developer program.
Ah,
Yeah, meaning to say you attend this boot camp session. At the end of this boot camp session, marunong ka na mag-develop ng sarili mong project. Isipin mo yung opportunity na mabibigay natin kasi isipin mo na magiging entrepreneur ka after that
that's
program.
life-changing.
That's
Oo.
life-changing. You can develop your own
Mm.
project and deploy it on the blockchain. And it's going to be global. So
Mm.
that's going to be one of the big projects that we're working right now, and definitely it's going to happen. By the way, Modern Mulan, naghang ako so nakakatawa yung tsura ko.
Oh, sa'kin hindi naman siya, eh. So, okey lang.
Okay, okay. Parang naghang ako.
Mm.
Okay.
That's that's so nice to hear kasi, online alam naman natin na passionate talaga yung mga tao about crypto, pero iba pa rin talaga 'pag face to face and nakakapag-brainstorm kayo ng ideas and you share that, meron kayong shared passion 'no. So, it just makes everything more, exciting and parang, very refreshing to be surrounded by people na pare-pareho kayo ng
Yeah.
vision talaga and mission.
Ang
So,
ganda
that's
rin
so
na mention mo.
nice, hopefully. Hmm.
Yeah, Modern Mulan, sorry. Ang ganda rin na na-mention mo kanina na with regards sa news or updates. Because yung Cubetopia nga is really a really big project para sa ICP,
Hmm.
which is isipin mo Minecraft. And then yung NFT worlds na nakatether sa Minecraft, kumbaga sa
Hmm.
crypto, was not allowed anymore
Hmm.
by Microsoft and Minecraft.
Hmm.
So saan mapupunta yung NFT worlds and the
Tama.
fans, 'di ba? May opportunity si Cubetopia for that. And then I suggest yung mga viewers and future viewers to watch the video about the Cubetopia as well.
That's also, parang isa sa mga tinake down ko, ni-note ko after ng ano natin, ng episode 'no. Kasi I loved hearing from Joey so much and yung goal niya kung saan niya dadalhin yung Cubetopia. Because it's so much bigger than just being yeah, I guess attractive yung sabihin natin na Minecraft killer siya, but it's just so much more than that. So, kung hindi nyo pa napapanood yung episode natin of that, please watch it. And then aside from talking about Utopia and why it's going to be a game changer, we also talked about BTC integration, no? So, kung hindi kayo familiar doon, it's a I recommend that you watch that. And if you have more questions, you can leave those sa comment section natin because we're still very active. We read those and then we can kung gusto ninyo, we can create another episode just dedicated to your questions. Ayan. So, ang dami, no? Ang dami na nating na-recap. So, yung meetup, yung BTC integration, Cubetopia. Do you have any more na you wanna add, Ipin Crypto?
We'll have IRL in real life meetup by October. And yeah, hopefully everybody can join. It's going to be in Quezon City. We're just finalizing the place. But basically, the idea is yung show natin right now, gagawin natin live.
Mm-hmm.
Together with our partners, mga big names in crypto Philippines. So we can do, ito talaga puro Filipino community, mga known personalities, so we can get their insights, not necessarily only on ICP, but basically on the Filipino Web3
General,
space.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Abangan niyo yun.
Kailangan natin ng mga gano'n talaga 'no, yun nga ulit-ulit natin sinasabi iba pa rin talaga yung face to face, tsaka parang ano, nakaka-energize kapag ang dami mong yung parang kauwi mo mas magiging passionate ka, 'di ba,
Yeah.
about the Web3 ganyan, just crypto in general. So yan, sabi ni Sian, "Congrats Master Palangga." Ayan, Palangga ICP, hello, idol ka talaga sabi, pati
Palangga
si Franz
ICP
Radi,
Idol. Thank you.
oo. Ayan, ibang klase yung mga fans mo. Maraming maraming salamat po again sa mga live, ano natin dyan, sa mga live viewers. Please don't forget to share our live stream and be a part of our community if you aren't yet. We have them sa ating description box. So we also have a very special guest today. We're just waiting for that guest. But I think okay
I
na rin
think it's okay
siguro
na.
na,
It's ready na yata.
mm,
Baka you
pero
can check
wala pa siya sa
backstage.
backstage, yeah. So
Oh,
maybe
he
we can
mentioned.
play muna yung ano
Okay,
nila,
go, 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 go.
we
Tama.
play muna yung video para may idea kayo what Catalyze is. And
Yeah.
then, yung mga questions nyo, i-prepare nyo na rin. And like I said, later po, please stay dahil meron tayong mga
And
games
the
and
game.
giveaways right after that. Yeah. So, ayan. Maraming maraming salamat po. I-play muna natin yung video nila and we'll talk to you in a little while.
You are a champion, bringing people together for fun, art, or innovations that make life better for all of us. We see you out there pushing your limits day after day, night after night, faithfully moving ahead on your roadmap. We've been watching, learning, and listening to what you need to lead your community forward. Now we're ready to introduce you to CATALYZE, a Web3 community platform built for you and the people you bring together.
Here comes the brand new.
CATALYZE features a clean look, standard community chat functions, video conferencing, event tools, team task management, and a helpful crowdsourcing board to get your community more involved. The CATALYZE platform will be governed by a community of communities like yours, using next-generation Web3 tools that ensure fairness, openness, and trust, rewarding champions like you and your community with a tokenized reward system. We're here to help you reach the next level. And it all starts now.
Ayan, indeed, prepare to reach the next level. So later on, we'll know more how with our special guest, Ray from CATALYZE. So we're just waiting for him to join our backstage and then papakilala na namin siya sa inyo. No, and we have so many intriguing questions para sa kanya, para mas maintindihan natin kung ano ba yung CATALYZE. And again, kung bakit ba siya importante na malaman natin, no? Kasi ang dami namang projects dyan, di ba? So mamaya malilinawan tayo lahat dyan. So let me also again just put up sa screen natin si Apen Crypto. Ayan. So habang wala pa yung guest natin, habang hinihintay natin siya,
Ay,
pakita
although
muna natin yung Twitter.
yeah, go ahead. You can show the Twitter. Although nag-mention sa akin si Ray of CATALYZE that
Mm.
he's trying to get in right now, but he keeps on getting kicked out daw after 1 minute. Is that possible?
I'm
What do you think?
actually hindi ko pa siya na-encounter before na maki-kick siya.
Is
Maybe
it
ano
because
lang
pumasok siya
yung
a bit late?
no, no, no. Okay lang naman kasi na in the middle of the live stream mag-enter as long as meron nung link eh. So
Okay.
maybe ano lang, baka sa device niya na naka-ano. Kasi nakita ko siya kanina,
Hmm.
nakapasok naman siya. Kaya lang parang sabi,
Oh,
device not connected. So it might be yung camera or like yung microphone lang ni ano ni
okay.
Sir
Let me
Ray.
message him.
Yes, okay. So while you do that, Sir Ape, let me share with you guys kung ano nga ba yung Catalyze, no? So makikita nyo, ito yung kanilang Twitter. So Premier Web3, ayan, Discord alternative for community engagement and growth. So nakita naman natin, no, yung importance ng community, especially not only with crypto kahit sa mga outside projects, no, even with gamers, isa sa mga hinahanap talaga nila is kapag they can communicate in game, 'di ba? It makes everything more exciting, more alive. So I feel that would also be the same way for the Web3 and for what we're doing right now. So yan, private sale round nila was open until August 31st. Meron silang mga ano dito. Sa Twitter nila, you can see updates, pati what they're working on. Ayan, so mga retweets din nila. So if you're not following them yet, please do follow them. Ito po yung Twitter handle nila, at catalyze_1. So yan, sabi dito, may mga ano sila, may quote din pala dito. For every hater, there will be a lover. For every lover, there will be a builder. And for every builder, there will be a member of our community. Diba? Ang ganda.
That's a good point.
So, oo, diba?
Yeah,
Actually.
that's
And
true.
ayun, parang ang ganda talaga if you read through yung content nila dito, they're really, parang yung goal nila or what they're really pushing is for their community. So, ayan. I think nandito na siya. Nandito
Oh,
na ang
great.
ating guest. Yes. So, again, gaya ng sabi ko kanina, prepare to reach the next level. And if you want to know more, um, buckle up, mag-prepare na kayo ng popcorn because it's going to be an interesting mini AMA session with our special guest, Ray from Catalyze. Hi, Ray. How are you doing?
Good. Can you? I can hear you. Can you see me? Everything here has been problematic technically wise.
Everything is
Oh,
good, Ray. We can
yeah,
Okay.
see
so
you and we
sorry
can
to
hear
hear
you.
that.
Okay. And nice to meet you. I've been trying to get in for 25 minutes, and so hopefully this connection holds.
Yeah, we are so happy to have you here. I know it's very early from where you're from, but again, we appreciate you coming in and saying hi to our community. How are
Oh, no
you?
problem. I'm good. How are you guys doing?
We're
We're good
good.
as well, and yeah, super stoked about the topic that you're going to
Super
be talking
excited.
today. Now,
Cool.
can you share with us like what your role is and what Catalyze is for you?
Sure. So I'm the CEO and founder of CATALYZE, and
Mhm.
the company was founded 3.5 years ago, and we started working in blockchain about 18 months ago. My role as CEO is product development and design, as well as hiring people, building the team, working with investors, and I'm pretty active working with the community. So I do talk to a lot of communities within the IC ecosystem. I also talk to communities outside of the IC ecosystem, educating them on what Internet Computer is, what we're doing. So my job is probably to be the number one salesperson for CATALYZE and to make people understand what we're trying to do and help them build their groups.
That's so inspiring. I mean, it's always Really good to hear that a CEO is very active, very hands on, and so passionate about what you're working on. And we can really feel that with you. Now, how about with Catalyze? How would you, if you could describe it like in just one or two sentences to encapsulate what you guys are working on, how would you
Sure.
do that?
We're building a Web3 Discord is probably the easiest way of describing it. We're trying to build a platform for communities that are interested in blockchain and Web3 to have something they call their own, built from the
Mhm.
ground up for them.
That's good because with the rise of crypto, especially, and all of these projects, Discord has been such an essential tool for everyone to use, especially with the guilds, with
Yeah,
scholars, with managers, and everything like that. So,
that's correct,
with
Mulan.
you, yeah, and with you building this Discord specifically for Web3, the potential of this is just endless. So can you share like what made you want to start such thing?
Well, we like everybody else had used Discord for years. If
Mhm.
you're a gamer, you've known Discord for probably over 5 or 6, 7 years.
Mhm.
And we felt that when we looked at what the Web3 communities were doing, NFT communities, blockchain developer groups, DApp communities, DeFi, they were really running into a lot of issues with the user interfaces becoming kind of bloated. You have to
Mhm.
use a lot of bots and tools and third-party plugins to get it to work. Whitelisting and proof of humanity and validation can be
Yeah,
challenging. Ultimately, running a community on Discord can be a full-time job for multiple people. There's a lot of work.
Mhm.
There's a lot of tools. There's a lot of settings you have to manage, and you have spammers and scammers on top of that. And so we wanted to build something that was much easier to use, more integrated, and really built for the stuff that blockchain communities do. I mean, whitelisting and having promotions and verifying identities when you're handing out millions and think about it, tens of millions of dollars worth of NFTs are airdropped based off of Discord
oh yeah,
verification of people, and
Mhm.
sometimes that stuff doesn't work the way you expect. And so
yeah,
you're doing contractual like activities that can impact your brand. And if you have a bad launch and people say, why didn't I get my NFT? I did everything I was supposed to do, and there's some kind of a hiccup in the system. You have to look at 4 or 5 different applications and a Google spreadsheet to figure out where you made a mistake. And so that was part of it. The other
Mhm.
part of it was just integrating it with blockchain technology and giving people something that aligned with their ethos. We found it ironic that every chain and every platform that is so into Web3 and blockchain are basically building their companies, their communities using Web2 tools. And we
Mhm.
felt that if we really wanted to embrace Web3 and blockchain, we should be using tools that are built on that technology, and kind of like say, eat your own dog food is a term
Yeah.
here that we would use. And we really, as a community, and not just in the Definity community, but broadly across all of blockchain communities,
Mhm.
that we have to start building our own tools to solve our own problems and to take us to the next level. And so that those are the reasons why we decided to build a Web3 version of Discord, or like a Discord-like application on
Mhm.
blockchain.
yeah. Ray, I really like what you said about with regards to being basically Web3 being as a shared benefit. I think that's a true that's the reason why we want decentralization in the first place.
Mhm.
Um, Basically, in Discord right now, there are a lot of channels, group channels, servers, communities, and there are a lot of admins. And the only ones that are really gaining from it, I guess financially, will be the Web2 companies of it.
Mhm.
And this what with what you're doing right now, I think this really is something big and has really has a potential to be big, especially
Mm.
in the bull market. Of course, it's in beta stage right now, and is it going to go through the full development? And can you tell us more on, I guess, on your journey in building in the internet computer? Was it hard? Was it did you do a lot of research? Did you do Motoko University
Yeah.
training? And what are the advantages basically it can bring by using the ICP?
Sure. So we chose. I mean, I'm a researcher by trade. So I used to work at Gartner Inc. People know us as Gartner Research. So I was a researcher for over 15 years. And so the answer to your first question, we did a lot of research. Probably too much, but we did a lot of research on blockchain in general. Was it ready to build a Web 2 type platform? So there was
Mm.
that. And then we looked at Dfinity, and we immediately kind of took to it because the internet computer is very familiar for developers. Building applications on it doesn't feel very different than building on Web 2. The tools, the performance, everything runs on the chain. You don't need other systems to work. And so, for the same reason that we want to build an integrated solution in CATALYZE where you don't have to use 50 apps to run your community, it was a similar experience working on the internet computer. You don't need a million different things to build it. Your data can be there, your application, your processing, everything can run on it. And so those were, things that we felt were the kind of the hallmarks of something we wanted to try. As far as our journey, so we first started building a prototype of CATALYZE last year in Motoko. It was all back end, and we just wanted to see if we could get all the pieces to work. And we did a mobile app, and we won a grant, and so we did all of that, and so that was like a proof of concept for us. And then we started this year building CATALYZE as we have it today, which it's hard in the fact that we're combining chat technology and blockchain community tools. So we've got events and task management and group management. So we're adding a lot more to the mix. So the difficulty is in more the user interface, making sure that it all kind of hangs together. The backend technology, is complex. We've built the backend twice now this year. And we're working on a third version of the back end that'll be coming out in probably 3 or 4 weeks. And it's pretty typical with blockchain when you build something and then you start testing the performance. Is it fast enough? Does it do what you want it to do? And now we've been in beta testing for 3 weeks. We have 1,000 beta testers in there now. We have over 110 communities that have been developed during the testing. And we're learning a lot, mostly on the UI side, in terms of things people want. They want us to change. So far, we haven't come across any feedback in the beta where we have to rethink how we've built something front to back. So it's more about, okay, if we're going to build a Web3 community platform, what should it look like? How should it appear to me? How do I navigate it? And so that's one of the fun things about this project is that there's no limits. We're not trying to make it look exactly like Discord or any other application. We're trying to make it function the way people need it to work. And then the user interface will kind of present itself. So this is how I work. This is how my team works together. And so we can adapt the user interface to fit how people naturally work, which is what you really want. I mean, this is a whole new way of communities build companies. 10 years ago, that wasn't the case. Even 5 years ago, that probably wasn't the case. Now people are raising millions of dollars to launch companies based on their community skills. The stuff that you guys are doing right now, talking to your community, interacting with them, 5 or 6 years ago, that would have been just something fun to do. Now you can go to people and build a company, build an organization around your ability to engage with people. And so the part that's probably hard is, what are the best ways of driving this natural engagement that people have in software so that it feels natural and it feels organic? As far as the technology, we did work in Motoko last year, but this year when we built the application out, what is now CATALYZE, we built it in Rust. The reason we chose Rust is because we want to be multi-chain at some point and support other blockchains so we can introduce people into the platform.
So
And
good to hear. Yeah.
yes, so with that, multi-chain means a lot to different people. At a base level, for somebody who's not in the IC ecosystem, it means, can I use my liquidity on the platform? So if I have Solana or Ethereum, can I convert it into ICP and use it on your platform? Can I log in with my wallet? Am I using MetaMask or Kepler from Cosmos or Phantom from Solana? And so we'll focus on that first. But in some ecosystems, they have a lot of pride in their tech. And they say, well, can you make a version that runs natively on Cardano, on Near, on Polygon? And so if we were ever to do that, Rust gives us the skills necessary in most cases to build on some of these other platforms, not all. So over time, based on market needs, we'll either support their wallet, support their liquidity, so they feel welcome, so they can build their community on CATALYZE. And for those ecosystems where they want to have their own version of CATALYZE, if the tech allows us to do it, and we have the funding to do it, then we'll build a version. And what we'll do is we'll federate the internet computer version with those other versions on the back end. So we build this federated network of chain back ends. We'll try not to do that too many times because it kind of dilutes your development team if you have to support 5 or 6. I mean, it would be the same thing as, imagine if there was 10 desktop operating systems and you made a word processor, right? And you had a document management app, and you had to have an Apple version, a Windows version, a Linux version, and then 10
Just
other
not
versions.
the most efficient.
No, it's not. So we have designed the back end so it is very portable. So for us to port, our back end to another chain might take 3 months to do. But then they would have a native application, so they would be able to use their wallet, use their currency, and they would know that they're running a version that runs on their chain. Obviously, we would say, look, with IC, there's no gas fees. Everything can run on chain, so there's some advantages. But we also know that, because we want to be a mass adopted platform, we can't force people to do something that they don't want to do. And people will have a lot of pride, like I said, in the chain that they've chosen. And so we have to be, respectful of that. And so we'll do our best to support them in any way we can. Like I said, the first thing we'll try to do in the fall is allow for multi-wallet login. So if you have MetaMask, you can log in, and a few other wallets, and then we'll build from there.
That's amazing. And you've shared so many strong points. So I love that this is essentially a project for the community, and it also feels like it's by the community because you really listen to the feedback from the beta, like what they want to see, how they want to use it essentially. And I also love that you mentioned how respectful you are of how people, of the things that they chose essentially, because you're right, you can't really force them to, oh hey, you just have to pick this or switch here. And I think that's also a huge key in the mass adoption of it, right? Because it's so difficult to keep introducing things. So instead of introducing something that they have no idea of, why not integrate it to something that they are already using and just show that, hey, here's a huge potential if you continue to integrate, or if you also just add on here. So that's really nice. And I love how you're really, it shows the research that you did. It really shows, because the way that you explain things are very, very detailed, and I appreciate
And modern
that.
Mulan, Discord is really big here in the Philippines because we have a lot of guilds, and they use Discord. I recently attended one, actually one of the biggest here in the Philippines, Guild Games, YGG.
Okay.
And I entered. I got lost for some reason. I got confused because there are a lot of channels, countries, groups. For
They are
someone
so complicated.
complicated, for someone who is new, I am still new actually with Discord, it was overwhelming actually. And then when I entered, I wasn't able to get in, even though I'm the speaker, because the capacity of the channel has maxed out already.
Mhm.
So it's really complex. So
It can be. I mean, that's part of it is that when people set up their Discord servers, they kind of look at other servers and how they're set up, and they duplicate that. And
You
there's
follow, yeah.
flexibility. You follow that. I mean, even when people set up their initial communities on CATALYZE, they tried to duplicate exactly how their Discord server was set up with the same
Mm.
channels and all that. And that's fine because people like familiarity. I think human beings like something that's familiar. When it's unfamiliar, it can be exciting or it can be scary depending on the person. And so we've
yeah,
we've taken a lot of effort to make the UI more approachable and to protect you from creating something overly complex is the best way of
Mm.
describing it. We try to be flexible, but we also try to allow you to focus. And so one of the things that CATALYZE does is that when you go into a particular server, or in our case we call them communities, you have the option of turning off everything else. So when you switch to a community, all your
oh,
chats, all your events, all your tasks are just for that. That's all you see. There's no
That's
server list with
amazing.
the numbers popping like a
Yeah.
pinball machine, so you see all the stuff that's going
Mm.
on that you're missing. You focus on whatever you're doing,
yeah,
and so that is an option. We're going to have a toggle where you can turn that off, so you
Mm.
can see more. Because some people like to be like an air traffic controller and they want to see everything that's happening all the time.
Everything.
But it
mhm,
doesn't. It's not healthy when you have those distractions because you're not present. You won't be present what you're doing. And then the complexity, having UI guidelines so that when you build your communities, we're actually going to write research about best in class designs of communities, how to set up channels, how to manage groups, how to manage online sessions. We're going to give you education as well as the tooling, and we're going to talk to other people in our user base to say this is the best practice for organizing channels, and how many channels
Mm.
is too many channels. Here's how you conduct an online session. Nobody teaches you that. Even what you're doing now, no one really teaches you how to do interviews. You're just doing them
Mm.
because you're good at it and you've
yeah,
practiced. If people are trying to build a community, a lot of times they haven't been trained to be a community manager. They're just using the tool and
yeah,
they need help. So one of the things that we want to do that would be similar to guilds are creating these user communities on these different skills, how to build the right, creating templates. What's a good template for if I'm building a DeFi community? Does CATALYZE have a template that I can launch so it has
Mm.
pre-built
oh,
channels? So all I only have to do is change a couple and I'm good to go. If I'm running an NFT creator community and I'm an artist, I've never used Discord or CATALYZE or anything before. I'm an artist. Can you give me a template for creating an artist community so I don't have to figure out what channels to do and how to organize it? And we think that as we start implementing templates, it will really help people get going faster and
Yeah.
and avoid that, kind of with a blank piece of paper, you can just keep creating channels all day long. It'll just keep getting bigger
yeah,
and bigger and bigger. You
Mm.
put subheadings on there, you try to organize them, and eventually, um, if you're not a Discord user and you go in there and you see 60 rows of content with little icons
yeah,
next to it and lights popping,
yeah,
you don't know where you're supposed to go, and you don't know where you're supposed to focus. And if you're the community manager and you want your community to actually do something specific, they go, I don't even know where to start. Like,
Yeah.
your FAQ doesn't even line up to what you actually have done here as you built it. And we want
Mm.
to try to get around that to help it. There's a, I have this like saying that, we need to make everything smaller. We need to make the internet smaller. We need to make the world to feel smaller. And the same thing with these applications. If they feel too big and too overwhelming, they will be. And so we need to find a way to allow you to focus and make the experience smaller so you feel more connected to people, which is the whole
Mm.
reason that you have a community,
mhm,
right? You don't want to be this person that joins something enormous and you don't feel like you matter. You don't feel like you're connected
yeah,
to it. You have no emotional connection to the community because
Mm.
that's not the design center of these platforms. These design center, I mean, Discord was originally built and it's a fine application. We don't have anything against it. We use it. For
mhm,
testing, but it was designed for gamers originally to talk on their headset and to play Call of Duty. That was what it was designed to do. And
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
time, it's evolved into a chat application with more features. And I think they've done a really good job. But now we're in this place where people are creating companies based off their communities. They're building entire organizations off their communities.
Yeah.
Not just for fun, it's for their careers. And I don't think they had that in mind when they built it, right? And so we do.
Yeah.
We're building this thing with the idea that you might run a company on this platform. Your whole, you might build an organization, a professional community on this platform. Is this what you want? Like, do you want a Discord for that? Would you have created Discord if you said, hey, I want to build a community of 40,000 people and change the world in terms of how they view Dfinity? I don't know. The answer we don't think is yes. We think it's not really. So that's why we decided to build it.
Yeah, and I think it really reverts back to what you said earlier, wherein why are we using Web 2 applications for when we're heading to the Web 3? So that's a really, really strong point there. And I think even people in the chat, they already see the potential in this. Franz Stradi said that's a strong point. Users will love that. Here as well, Cian Mercado said we should create a community with CATALYZE, even though we start with the Filipino community first. So we'll be looking forward to that. But like you said, you are in the beta right now, right? So aside from the beta.
Yeah, I just posted the URL for the beta, so your whole community can have access to it. So
that's cool.
So I just invited all of you to try it, so you can share it with your community. We do code pushes, a lot. So I've been quiet about sharing this because some days it might not work for 10 minutes because we're pushing up a new release. But you guys are welcome to try it. We'd be happy to get your feedback. We also are going to be adding multi-language support. So we've already tested 5 or 6 languages. We've even tested Arabic, where the menus move. So that everything is right to left. So we had to change the menus around and all that. So we've actually got that to work. We will. What that will mean is that the entire menu system, all the drop downs, everything will all be in your native language. So if we support your language, the entire experience will be in local language. We are looking for translators. So if anybody was looking to freelance as a translator, there's not that much in the database in terms of language translation. There's not a lot of menus and crazy amounts of content. But when once we stabilize the application, then we're going to start focusing on multiple languages. And we will have channels that are language specific, just like Discord. But the entire application should be in your local language. So if you run a community that relies on local language, you shouldn't have to try to figure out how to use the app because it doesn't support that, right? So we'll have that as well. But yeah, you guys are welcome to try it. You can create your own communities. We're gonna right now. The plan is to keep everything on there, even when we go to public beta. So right now, as of today, though this may change, we're not going to wipe the database. So if somebody creates a community, we already have one community that's pushing 400 people. So once we launch the public beta, which hopefully will be this month, we intend to, if we can, keep everything. If we can't, we're going to try to migrate the data over to the new version. But right now, I don't think we're going to have to do that. I think we should be okay. But you guys can try it. Give us your feedback. We are very responsive. There's a channel or a group called the Alpha Team. So everyone's welcome to join the Alpha Team if you want to give specific feedback to us. So all the developers on the team are in the Alpha Team testing community.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
You can talk to us directly. You can give us comments. You don't have to be, I mean, I would say you don't have to be polite, but just say whatever you feel. Right? I mean, just say whatever you feel. If something doesn't make sense, then tell us, I don't get this, or this is too slow, or I would like to go from here to there faster, whatever it is. We're building a list and we push updates from that list. So in a way, we've given you, a kind of a ball of clay that we've shaped, but now you have the opportunity to get your hands dirty and shape it yourself as a community and say, this is what we need. I need these features. and we'll do our best to try to support those.
That's so cool. And I know that you guys are still building it, but there are so many cool features already that I can't wait to see like the final
Yeah.
product when it's actually out and what else you guys are going to be working on. So speaking of that, can you give us like a quick what's in store for CATALYZE? What else can we expect from you guys? So we already know what's happening for this month and
Yeah.
the near future. How about the long term? What's the vision there?
So the vision is one of the things that we would like to do is there's a saying called raise all ships, and that in the ecosystem that means the same thing that I talked about with Web3 communities should use Web3 technology.
Mhm.
We want to integrate CATALYZE with other IC platforms. So what'll be coming is we're going to integrate directly with Entrepot for the minting. So you'll be able to mint. So if you have a creator community
Okay.
and you're reviewing artwork on CATALYZE and you're ready to launch your collection or even just a couple of pieces, you'll be able to mint the NFT inside of CATALYZE and post it to Entrepot, and eventually
Oh, that's so cool.
be able to check your marketplace
Nice.
from inside of CATALYZE to see how things are going. Then
Mhm.
Entrepreneur said, "Hey, wouldn't it be cool if we could do 5,000 NFT drop into a community in your platform directly, or if somebody was creating an NFT collection and they didn't have a community, what are they going to do? Wouldn't it be cool if they could go into Entrepot and push a button and spawn an NFT community and invite people to it, so they would integrate the two together?" So we're going to start working on that. We're working with Infinity Swap now to integrate their wallet into our platform.
Yeah.
We'll be integrating Stoic and Plugged and others. We're also going to be working with MetaMask to
It's so
integrate
cool.
that. We're going to be integrating with Mod Club to use their proof of humanity for whitelisting.
Yeah.
So if you are going to
Mhm.
do an airdrop, we can do the KYC using their tool for that kind of community. So if you are doing something that requires that level of fidelity for verification, we'll integrate with them. We've talked to Nuance about turning AMAs into blog posts so that you could
Mhm.
actually go from doing
Oh
one of
That's
these,
yeah.
nice.
taking the
Yeah.
That'd be so
notes
helpful.
from an AMA and then popping them into Nuance, editing them, making them look nice, and then publishing the
Wow.
Mhm.
results and having an integrated flow there. And then we'll work with other groups. We've talked to Rick Porter over at Discover. So I don't. He and I talked early this year about integrating. We don't know yet what we would do. He's got a lot of stuff to do. They raised a lot of money, so he's got a lot he's got to work on. But we really want to leverage the platforms in this ecosystem and other NFT marketplaces and do the same thing. So that's coming, and then obviously, language support will be coming, and then
Mhm.
probably outside of the ecosystem is probably picking one other chain where we'll build more of a native support model and integrate things
Mhm.
together. What I want to do in Q1 is start supporting cross-chain hackathons, so where we
Mhm.
get
Oh,
people to
that's
say,
nice.
hey, Definity needs to connect to Ethereum, or that Definity is working on the tech there, but then how about getting developers from the different ecosystems to work on a joint problem we all have. That's why we want to see community to community integration. So everything we've talked about so far has been you working in your community. What we want to launch next year is community collaboration, where you can actually create
Mhm.
shared
Yeah.
workspaces between communities and work on something. So Ethereum developers working with ICP developers to build some cool DeFi or application together and solve a
It's a
problem.
virtual WeWork.
Exactly. It's a great way of describing it. So we want to have this kind of you have your shared office space, but then you have
Mhm.
mixers and you go to the cafeteria and you talk to each other and you start
Mhm.
leveraging. That doesn't happen on other platforms. It doesn't really happen on
Yeah.
Slack.
Yeah.
Though they're trying with the kind of the integrations of a
Mhm.
channel. We want to take our tooling, events, task management, and communications and say, let's do cross-chain hackathons. If you have a
Yeah.
group that's focused on sustainability and climate, and you want to have 20 groups work on something together, we want to build the
Mhm.
tooling so you can make that happen. You can share contact lists, you can talk to
Yeah.
each other, have shared rooms. And then the thing that we're going to also do this fall is activate Web 2 bridging. So one of the things that CATALYZE can do right now is connect to Discord. We can connect to Telegram. We can connect to WhatsApp and Slack. So we can build real-time chat between those platforms and a CATALYZE community. So we're working with DK Lord and his artwork, but also his community to bring them over to CATALYZE, and we're going to connect directly to his Discord. And then we're talking to ICP Squad and ICP Maximalist to connect to their communities directly from CATALYZE, so we can show people how you can have that two-way communication. Because one of the things that in our research that we saw, if you build a chat app or a collaboration platform on any blockchain, one of the hardest things for people to do is migrate their communities over. Imagine if you had to tell 5,000 people, you all need to get new IDs. You all have to get internet IDs. And they're like, well, I don't know what an internet ID is. I don't know what that is. And I don't want to do it. So what's the answer? So the answer is we activate a bridge. And so you can have people who are more technically savvy. They go right in to CATALYZE, and the people who stay on Discord can log in through Discord, and they both can still talk. And over time, these people can migrate organically to the new platform, and you don't risk losing all those people. What we didn't want to do was disrupt the hard work communities put into building their communities. And we're
Such a
one
good
of the,
point.
we're I think one of the only blockchain companies that allows you to migrate your communities as organically and at a pace that fits you. We don't force you to go out and create 8,000 new IDs and move over and throw away everything you've done to come over. So those are kind of some of the major things. So, platform integration this fall, wallet integration with other chains this fall, and then we're going to start working on what I call cross-community collaboration. So that'll be a thing we'll work on, language support, and then picking a chain that will build a mirrored version of CATALYZE on. And people can tell us which one they like us to see. They do. We'll probably create a poll. I've already done one poll on Twitter, but we probably have to do a little bit more polling. Obviously Ethereum is big. A lot of IC holders also hold Ethereum. So that a lot of them hold Polygon. So Matic is another one. Solana. There's so many. But we're going to be looking for communities that are open-minded, are very collaborative, as well as very passionate about their platform, and they really need that. They need to have their own version. And when we decide on when we'll announce it, we'll work with partners in that ecosystem, and then make sure we can integrate them nicely with IC, so they feel welcome. But we support their technology in a way they feel good about using what we're doing. Which is why if you see me talking to Cardano people or Polygon people on our channel, it's because I'm just trying to understand what do you like about your chain, and what NFTs do you guys like here. It's like visiting, traveling the world. Everybody has different customs and different styles, so I'm trying
different countries.
Exactly. So we have to be very open to everyone has different cultures on technology, just like they have personal cultures. And so we want to appreciate them, understand them, and try to do our best to embrace as much of it as we can, with the budget that we have. I would love to speak 5-10 languages and just fly around the world and enjoy the culture of all the different countries. But, you can't always do that. So you've got to pick your spots.
Yeah. And I think that's a very powerful tool as well, because you're breaking down so many barriers, but not in the sense that you're disrespecting what they've already built, but reconciling everything good about every platform that people are using. So that's really, really good. And we have so many comments here. It's mind-blowing. Mr. Kent said, thank you for that. And it's
let's get the questions.
Aguilar said, very interesting. Yeah.
Do you have questions from viewers?
So here's one from Kajiki. What's the most important part of the ecosystem?
Well, I think in the Definity ecosystem, the thing that even other chain people have told me is that we really are a community. Everybody knows everybody else. Rick and I started talking when neither one of us had anything, just ideas. So the thing that about this ecosystem that's really compelling is that everybody's trying to help everybody else. You
Mm.
Yeah.
guys see our finished products that you use, but there's so many conversations that happen behind the scenes, off camera.
Mm.
People reviewing each other's code, trying to solve the same problems. I'm friends with Bob Bodley, over at
Yeah.
Tonic, and he worked
Mhm.
with us in our tokenomics model last
Oh wow,
fall.
it's cool.
So when you see any Dfinity project, almost every one, I think, if not every, it's the effort of that team, but it's
Mm.
also in some ways the effort of the community because we're all trying to
Mm.
help each other. If one of us
Yeah.
runs into a problem, we don't we have to run to Dfinity and say, "Hey, can you help us?" And they're always willing to help. I mean, it's crazy. They're
Mm.
trying to build a blockchain and then help us build our stuff at
Yeah.
the same time, which is crazy hard. But we don't have to because you can just go to another guy, another development team,
Mhm.
and say, "Hey, look, I'm having
Mm.
problems doing this." Yeah, so am I, right now, or I did and I solved it before. So Steve over at Tonic helped us figure out how to do a multi login with different types of Google ID, Apple ID, Discord, Internet ID. That how are we going to do this?
Mhm.
How are we going to make it work? And he said, "Try this, try that." And we just tried it, and we worked on it and got it to work. So the thing about this ecosystem, the most important, is that everybody wants to see everybody else succeed. Is the best way to
Mm.
describe it. It's very unique.
Mhm.
I've been told by other VCs that support other blockchains that in some blockchains, everyone's like an island. You're working on your project. It's
Yeah.
all about what you're doing. You're very focused, very siloed, and they don't
Mm.
see that with us. It's like this, it's like camp. We're all
Yeah.
like doing
Mm.
arts and crafts, and we're working at the table together, building stuff, but we're helping each other at the same time. I think that's really refreshing to see. That's
Mhm.
probably the most important
Mm.
thing of
Yeah.
this ecosystem.
Ray, you mentioned, I think, Modern Mulan. One of the key feature here that really impressed me is the capability of transitioning from Web 2 to basically to the blockchain, to the Web 3, to the project of CATALYZE.
Yeah,
What do you think about the risk? We've had a lot of stories a bit of yeah, projects getting hacked, all the tokens
Mm.
yeah, getting stolen, or basically being manipulated by bots, or basically
Mm.
being manipulated by fraudsters,
yeah.
either yeah, mirroring something that is really not that community but basically something else.
Mm.
Well,
Security is such a big thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So we were very lucky. One of our lead developers is a blockchain software auditor.
Mm.
So we
Oh, great.
Catalyze, just the back end is, I think, 80,000 lines of code so far, maybe more.
Oh, wow.
And we've done internal
Mm.
audits on it all the way through. We've built
Mm.
bot detection software in the platform already. So when you log in, we're actually checking to see if you are a bot. We've built in backup and storage systems so that if something were to happen and your community would be corrupted, we can restore it a
Mhm.
fresh version. So we take security very seriously. That's why we're using the IC.
Okay.
And our chat engine is also, very, it's an end-to-end encryption, which you can turn on. So an additional level of encryption can be activated
Oh.
in your community. You can do communities can be private and invite only, so nobody knows you exist. You can be completely
Oh
invisible,
wow.
and the only way that somebody knows you exist if you send them an invite. We can
Mm.
have public communities that are invite required, meaning you have to apply. So people have to figure out, basically, if you could do a KYC if you wanted to. So if you wanted to build a community where we use Mod Club as a identification system, you could build a super secure
Uh, yeah.
KYC community on the
Mm.
platform. And it's not only invite only, there's proof of humanity done as you join this community. So
Yeah.
that's some of the interesting things that we've done there. Um, it's being on blockchain doesn't mean you can't be hacked. It means writing good code. It means being
Yeah.
audited. So when we're done, we will have an external third-party audit on
Yeah.
front end and back end code and all our systems. But since we have an auditor on staff, we're doing internal audits and unit
Mm.
testing all the way through development of the application. In fact, when we're done we may write a series of articles about how to do
Yeah.
good software development on the IC
That's a good
from a
point.
security perspective. Because in new blockchains, and not just Definity, every blockchain, part of the challenge is VCs want you to build super fast. And when you're running 100 miles an hour, it's hard to test everything the way you want. And so it's kind of chicken and the egg. If you build quickly, you get users and you get more funding and you get more users, but you also run the risk of building code that might not be as secure as you would like it to be.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so building fast has a cost. And so, one thing that it's taken us a while to get going. We've spent a lot of time researching, building, coding, and we think that's the right thing to do because, hopefully, knock on wood, we've taken the precautions necessary so people are safe. No system is 100% secure. You're always working to make it better, but you have to think about security from the very beginning. And like I said, as developers, as startups, you have to balance that with the pressure from your supporters, your investors, to get the thing out as quickly as you can. The IC makes it relatively straightforward. The more stuff you can have on it, the more secure it is. Using additional end-to-end encryption in chat rooms. So if you really wanted to, you could have a private group with proof of humanity and additional layers of security on chat. The challenge with higher levels of security is if you make a mistake, you can lock yourself out. And so you have to have it so it's still user-friendly. Like, oh, I did this thing and now nobody can use my platform, not even me. So you don't want to make it so, Fort Knox or secure that you get locked out very easily, but you want to protect them. And because we've built in tools for bot detection and spoofing into the application, we'll be monitoring that and looking for ways to improve it. And then we'll work with the User Geek, Canister Geek team on tooling there to help us manage the platform front to back. That's what we can do. And it's auditing is helpful. Testing is key, and not rushing features out to market that are not as secure as they should be. I think those are all hallmarks of keeping things secure.
Yeah. I'm so excited.
Generally prioritizing quality. Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. I am
then
really excited about
I have
this.
one more thing. So on the non-technical side, our tokenomics model actually disincents spamming and spoofing. So if you want to spam 5,000 people, it's going to be very expensive. If you've earned tokens, you'll lose those tokens if you start spamming and harassing people.
That's
so
a
even if
good
you're
one.
not,
Yeah.
even if you're not like an overt bot, we're going to make it very costly for people to do things, to waste people's time, to say, hey, I noticed we're on the same Discord server. Do you invest in crypto? You get a lot of those. So doing those kind of unsolicited reach outs will have a cost to them. It will cost you tokens to bug people. It will cost you tokens to spam people. And people will learn very quickly that if they can penetrate any tech on our end, which will be hard, that the economic cost will make it unattractive. In a neighborhood, if you have a 120-pound Rottweiler on your front yard, the robber is going to walk by your house. It's not worth it to them. You see a 120-pound Rottweiler waiting for you. And so we want to be that. We want to have a public tokenomics model that says, hey, look, this is our 120-pound Rottweiler. If you want to come here and do this, you may be really smart and good luck, but we've got something here waiting for you that's going to make it very expensive to try. And that's not, and we're not encouraging hackers to hack us. We're not, even because if you do that, you're invite that. We're not saying that at all. We're just saying that we're trying to do our best to make the platform secure and disincent people with tokenomics to, not try to bug people. Just treat them with respect. Don't try to take their money. Don't try to take their identity. We're going to work very hard to stop you from doing that, and we're going to make it economically uncomfortable as much as we can to behave badly anyway. Not just being poor guests on the platform will be economically unattractive.
Exactly. Ray, CATALYZE is such a promising project, and it's obviously so well thought out, and so much effort has been put into it, not only by your team, but as you mentioned, with help from other teams as well. the making of it is collaborative. The program will also be collaborative on its own. So many exciting things ahead. Thank you so much for sharing your time with us, and we would love to have you back in, maybe with
Okay.
Yeah,
the beta test. We can show them how things work, so
yeah.
that they could also visualize, and
Oh
it's very
yeah.
different when they
Oh.
could see it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have it. I mean, I would have demoed it if you wanted to see it. I could fire it up, but I mean, why don't you play with it? We have a new UI push out that's coming out today. We've added emojis and GIFs and some other things people
Oh,
wanted
that's
to
cute.
see.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and we have a new image handler that's coming in, so it'll basically structure the images a lot cleaner. So that should be coming out today. So what I would say is create a couple of communities on it, play with it, and then I'll come back whenever
Mhm.
you want, and
Yeah.
we can do an online demo and talk about what
Oh,
you've
that'd be
seen
great.
and play
That's a
with
Yeah.
nice
it
one.
and
Yeah.
talk about how things could be different. So I'm happy to come back anytime you want and do a demo.
That's a nice
We'll
one.
for sure
Modern
check it out.
Mulan, one
Mhm.
last, do we have questions from viewers right now that you want
We have
to?
most of them have been answered by
Okay.
Ray, but let me check here if there are some that we've missed. So here's one from France. Do you have referral rewards? And one more question I want to add is one that he sent earlier. Like, how could they be a part of your team to be a translator or any other job essentially that they could contribute
Okay.
for the project?
Okay. So on the contributing thing side of it, so we're going to create an ambassador program. So if people wanted to be an
Mhm.
ambassador and talk about catalyzing their community, we're going to have something like that built in the fourth quarter. We are going to be staking communities with tokens. So when we activate our
Oh
token
wow,
model,
yeah.
every community will get staked with tokens, and you actually will earn tokens for referring people. So all the stuff that
Mhm.
you do for free now, you'll earn
To be
tokens, right?
incentivized.
So
Yeah,
be
that'd be
incentivized.
great.
So
That's a
if you
nice.
like
Mhm.
a post, if you go attend an AMA and you stay to the end, if you ask questions, you'll earn tokens. If you offer to be a moderator or run an AMA, you'll earn tokens. What you guys are doing right now would earn tokens for your community. Every
Yeah.
community is going to have their own multi-sig wallet, so they can earn tokens at the community level as well as every individual will have their own wallet and they'll earn tokens. You can convert
Mhm.
those tokens into catalyzed tokens, and then that can be swapped into ICP, into Ethereum, into Bitcoin, what have you. Um, if you bring other communities onto CATALYZE, you'll earn tokens. So there will be a referral rewards program that's built into our tokenomics that we will, provide to people so that as they become good advocates or ambassadors of the platform, they get
Mhm.
rewarded. I do a video on the idea of shared benefit. We talked about that. The platform is for the communities. And as you make the communities richer, you will be rewarded with the tokens from the platform. That's the way it should work. In Web 2, you do a bunch of stuff and they sell your data and they make billions
Yeah.
of dollars, right? That's not what we
Mhm.
do. When you contribute your time, you write things, you create, content for the platform, you should get paid, if you will, earn tokens for
Mhm.
doing that.
That's a good point. Yeah.
And so, you own your own data, you own your own identity, and as you contribute to your community, you earn tokens for the
Mhm.
community. And the community itself will also earn tokens as they get bigger. So every month we'll stake communities with new tokens based on their growth and their engagement level. So not only are you helping yourself as you're more engaged with your community, you come to meetings like this, you engage with the other folks, you talk to them, you participate. Um, the community itself and your wallets become fuller with tokens. And then you
Yeah.
can spend those tokens on the platform for premium services. If you want to run an online conference, we're going to have NFT ticketing. You can actually even
Mhm.
stake tokens in
Oh,
other
that's
projects,
cool.
right? So if
That's
you
Yeah.
wanted
nice.
to like invest in another project, you could create the equivalent of like a neuron on Catalyze and
Mhm.
stake tokens. Say, hey, I want to help launch this new community, and I want to put some tokens into it, and I will too. Me too. And you just create a neuron, equivalent for the community to help them get off the ground. So there's a lot of cool things
Mhm.
that we can do. So as far as working with us, you could always DM me. I'm not some highfalutin CEO that you can't talk
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
You can always DM me on Twitter. My DMs are open. You can email me. You can go into the alpha team on Catalyze and just say, hey, I'd like to, under
Yeah.
suggestions, say I'd like to help, and just tell us what you'd like
Mhm.
to do, and then we can have a side conversation and talk about it. The more you guys are involved, The more we can get your help, the faster we'll grow. We want to have 25 million people on this platform inside of 5 years, maybe inside of
Nice.
3. In order to do
Mhm.
that, we're going to need this to be, not to use the term again, but a community effort. We're 12
Mhm.
people. We'll get bigger, but the more you can work with us, the faster we'll grow.
Mhm.
Nice. Wow.
Again, such strong points.
Mhm.
I love that you emphasize things that people are looking for now: security, protection of data, very very important, and again, the overall security, and as well as being appreciative and incentivizing their participation and building this vision that you have for Catalyze. So Ray, you have been so kind and generous with your time and knowledge. Thank you so much for coming out. We'll definitely grab that offer that you said. We'll take your word for
Okay,
it that you'll be back and show us the
for
actual
sure.
demo because we
Thank
so
you very
have we
much.
have so many questions here.
Welcome.
But I think a dedicated video for that is needed. So again, thank you very much on
Oh, you're
behalf of
welcome.
you know ICP Manila. We are so happy to have you here
Yeah.
and see you again soon.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. I
Thank you
appreciate
very
you
much,
much,
Ray.
this.
Have a
Thank
good
you. Thank
day.
you. Thank you,
Talk to you
everybody
again soon.
online. Talk soon. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you,
Bye.
Ray.
Bye.
Have a great day. Grabe,
Wow.
sobrang dami niyang shinare. As in,
Oo nga.
um, sa lahat ng guests natin,
Nice.
we
Yeah.
appreciate them. But I think Ray, isa siya sa mga standout, I guess. Kasi
Yeah.
yun, ang generous talaga niya sa mga information na binibigay niya at
Yeah.
napakadaling intindihin, no? So,
Yeah, yeah.
ayan, di ba,
Very
sobrang saya
detailed.
niya ka.
Very detailed. Natutuwa ako
Mm,
na nakaka-excite yung mga sinabi niya actually.
mm.
And looking at it, alam mo yung roadmap nila is 25 million in 5 years. Kaya yun eh. Kaya yun.
Or in
Itaas
3 years daw, di
or
ba?
even
Mm,
lesser, di ba? Kaya yun.
yeah.
And tayo actually, right now, pinag-usapan natin, maaga tayo. We're early, di ba? So,
Mm, oo.
those who wants to join or contribute sa Catalyze, gagawin natin yan sa ICP Manila. Mag-create tayo ng, ano ba
Doon
tawag?
mismo,
Catalyze.
oo.
Sasabihin ko sana
Ng
mag-create tayo
ng
ng
group?
Discord channel. Oh,
Diyos ko.
nag-create tayo
Gagawa ng
ng
group there.
group sa Catalyze para we
Pero
can
sobrang
test it out.
nagme-make sense, no? Yung mga
Mhm.
nabanggit niyang like very strong points. Gaya na to sila ni Kajon. So, bridging discords to ease migration, brilliant. Exactly. Kasi yun nga ang hirap na halimbawa nag-build ka ng community sa
Mhm.
platform A and then you have to make another one dito
Yeah.
sa B because there are, new users there and everything. So, breaking down that bridge and yun
Mhm.
nga, ease of migration, 'di ba? Napakalaking tulong talaga nun for the
Yeah.
community. Sorry, Akash and Bolly are requesting that we speak in English, so we'll continue to speak in English as
Oh,
well. So yeah,
okay,
we're
okay.
just to give you a recap, we're just talking about how
The
great the
potential.
points that were all mentioned. Yeah, and the potential of the project. Because
Yeah.
again, I would like to emphasize what Ray said that why are we still using a Web2 application trying to, Discord works. There's no problem with Discord, but I think it would be
Yeah.
easier to have a platform dedicated or it was built in
Decentralized.
their yeah as like specifically for what we are doing right now in the
Yeah.
web3, so
I
that's
think
very
very
exciting and
important.
we're looking forward to it. Yeah.
Yeah, modern Mulan, very important what Ray mentioned with regards to shared benefits. I think
Mm,
that's the thing that has really an impact, bringing that power to the community, to the people. Right now, we're doing right now a live show. Think of it being incentivized with tokens just by doing an
yeah.
AMA right now. Um,
Mm,
think of it, those who are working hard on Discord channels right now who
mm,
are basically doing it as a traditional job now. Basically, they'll be paid by the project, but right now they'll also be paid by actively participating on
yeah.
Catalyze. It's a game changer for me.
It really is, and we already mentioned how vital Discord is, and not only in the crypto community but also in the gaming space. So imagine having something that really is meant for the Web3 that we are entering. So Franz
Mhm.
Stradi said that at first I thought Catalyze is a combination of all social media platforms, but after hearing story about Catalyze, I say that it's more than that. It's a super tool. It really is. I think
Oh yeah.
game changer is
Thank
the
you,
word for
friends.
it. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
like
thank you,
that.
Franz Rabi. And our chat is so active, and there are so many questions here. But as you heard
We're
with
gonna reserve
Ray,
it
will
to
be,
the return
yeah,
of
he'll
Ray.
come back. Yeah, we'll title it "The Return of Ray."
The
But
return
yeah,
of
and
Ray.
then we'll dedicate that video just talking about the platform, how
Yeah.
the beta looks, the first version essentially that we are gonna see that we'll be using probably in the first couple of months, maybe in a year or two, so that we have a better grasp of how the interface is going to be like and have better feedback for them and their team. So I really love it about them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I would also love to hear your thoughts more. I know you shared a couple, but if you could also comment down, not in the live chat, but in the actual comment section of this video when it's posted after the live stream, we would also love to hear more about, why are you using Discord and what's lacking, so that we can also share those information to their team, give that feedback to them, and most likely they would listen and help solving those problems for you. So yeah, Cian Mercado said it's way bigger than I imagined. I agree. I didn't expect to be so blown away
Yeah.
by the interview.
Same here.
It was a really good session. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
So I hope we didn't miss any of your questions. Again, he'll be back soon. We'll make that happen for you guys. So please don't be upset if you still have more questions that aren't answered yet. So again, thank you so much for joining us. We also have a game
We have a
actually.
game. That's why.
Yeah, we highlighted
That's
the
why.
importance of the community, right? So this one is for you guys if you want to participate.
This is
You
Discord
can also,
101.
yes.
Discord
So
101. Game
Ape
after
and
the AMA.
Crypto, Ape and Crypto, introduce to them what game we're playing and what prizes await the winners.
Okay, this is a very complicated game. Joke. Well, this is a very simple game. It's called the Close Up. So
Mm-hmm.
the mechanics basically, the viewers would have to guess a close-up picture, and then slowly, modern Mulan will be um, how
Zooming
do you call
out.
it? Zooming it out until
Yeah.
such time that someone from the viewer will be able to guess that picture. And of course, the first one who
Mm.
gets our, of course, we thank you to ICP Link for the ghost tokens that
Mm.
they have provided. Thank you
How
to
many
ICP
ghost
Manila as
tokens will
well.
each get?
100,000 tokens. So three winners, hundred
Oh
thousand
wow.
tokens each. So
All
what
right.
if
So I get
100,000 tokens goes to the moon? Not financial advice.
yeah, it could potentially be, a huge profit there. All right, so we're going to have three winners. That means there are also three pictures, and each winner will get 100,000 ghost tokens. So if you guess like the first photo, of course, we have to give chances to others, so you won't be able to win again. All right, so let's go. Let's do this. Let me show you the first photo, and then, as Sir Ape and Crypto said, we'll slowly reveal the photo until someone guesses what the logo is. All right, let me just share the screen here for the first photo. Are you able to see? Oh, yeah, this one. So, can you guess what this one is? All right, so I'm gonna do the first
So
zoom
hard.
out. I'm scared. Yeah.
So hard.
Oh, it showed. I'm so sorry. It has to be exact. Oh, Oh, yeah, ICP, but it's lacking.
Wrong.
It has to be specific. Yeah, ICP.
Specific.
What chapter? I guess I'll show more. There's a clue. ICP. It has to be complete.
Wala talaga.
Yes, meron na. It's ICP Manila. Let me double check who sent it
Yeah.
first. I think Cian Mercado did. Congratulations, Cian Mercado. You
Yan
just won
Mercado ulit.
100,000 ghost tokens. Congratulations. ICP
Thank,
Manila.
thank you.
Yes, let me
Congrats.
here. It's Internet Computer Manila. Congratulations. Thank you so much for joining, Cian. So for the next photo, we have. All right, let me share the second photo. Congrats, Cian. That is the correct answer. So here is the next one. Okay, this is an easy one. This is an easy one.
Yeah.
What
Siya,
is
hindi na talaga.
it? What is it? No,
You don't
it's
need to zoom
oh
out, I think.
here. Yeah, I don't need to zoom out anymore because Kurisu already guessed it. It is CATALYZE. Congratulations. Ayan.
Thank
Sayang
you,
Josh
Felicia.
P and Mr. KNTZ. Your answers are correct, but you know, Kurisu typed first. So congratulations. Again, you just won 100,000 ghost tokens. And later we'll share how you can get those prizes. All right, so far we have Cian Mercado and Kurisu. Now for the last one, this is an easy one. If you don't get this, ay nako. I'm kidding. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
an easy one. It's just going to be a matter of who's gonna type first. So here is the next one. Here's the next logo and the last one for tonight.
Yeah.
Do I have to zoom out for this?
No
Maybe I could
need.
just
No need.
move the photo. Has anyone guessed yet?
Oh, come on. It's obvious already.
It is easy.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a giveaway.
yes, the correct answer is Ghost.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Ghost Pituloy. Ayan. Josh P. Congratulations, you won 100,000
Congrats, Josh.
Ghost tokens. So
Finally.
we
Galing,
have
galing.
Josh P, Kurisu, and Cian Mercado, correct?
Yep.
Yep. So those are our winners for our live stream today.
You can
And kung
DM
hindi, if yeah, you can DM the
ICP
Twitter
Manila.
account. Yes.
Yep.
So Sir Ape and Crypto, who are they gonna DM? What are they gonna say? Sir Ape? Ape and
Sorry,
Crypto?
I think naghang yata ako.
Oh yeah. So I was just
Hangin.
telling them who are they gonna DM and what should they message the account?
Oh, yeah, the usual, DM ICP Manila. Just say hi, hello, you're the winner. So we can verify. And then send in your plug wallet address. So yeah, we can send your ghost tokens. So keep stacking up those ghost tokens. Keep attending our video. And
Because we
then,
have so many to give away. Yeah.
yeah, yes, yes, yes. Especially next week, we'll have something new.
Exactly. So there you go. Thank you so much for joining us on our episode 3 of IC Stories Manila. Napa-English pala
Napahaba
tayo
tayo.
this
Napa-English
episode.
tayo for this episode.
Thank you, thank yeah, thank you very much. We're so happy to have you here. If you have more questions, maybe regarding Catalyze or any other that you want us to dedicate an episode to, you are
Yeah.
very welcome to do so. You can follow us on all our social media accounts. ICP Manila, we have them linked in the description box just for you. Please join our Discord. We also have a new one. And if you want to follow me, Modern Mulan, all of my socials are also there. Thank you so much to our viewers for today. Kurisu, maraming salamat. Palangga ICP, Mr. KNTZ, thank you very much. Yan Mercado, Suki ng ating mga prizes.
Yep.
Congratulations again.
Thank you,
Maraming
Palangga, and
maraming
everybody.
salamat. Yeah, Josh P, Bolly, thank you, everyone. And of course, he's not here anymore, but thank you, Ray, for again being so helpful and sharing all of your
Yep.
knowledge and everything. Franz Radi is also here. Thank you, everyone who stayed. Please help us grow our community as well. You can share this live stream or any other content that you think your friends would enjoy. Very active din po sa Twitter, no? So, ayan, we would also love to see you there. So, thank you, Sir Apen Crypto. Do you have any announcements or anything else that you want to add?
I just want to mention again, I think I mentioned earlier that we're planning to have in real life meetup.
Mm-hmm.
Kumbaga, yung live show natin, we'll do it in real life. So everybody can attend. We'll just finalize the venue. This is going to be together with the key leaders, yung mga biggest names sa crypto PH. So abangan niyo yan. It's going to be October. It's going to be big. And if nasa Manila kayo, please attend. We will announce it on Twitter soon.
It's going to be the event that people have to be in, especially if you're serious in, growing your portfolio and your presence in the crypto space. So yeah, kapag available na po or when the details are out, you'll be the
Yep.
first one to know if you're following us on Twitter. And we'll also talk about this more on our next episode. So, Strape and Crypto, and to everyone watching, thank you very much. This has been us again, Ape and Crypto, and me, your host, Modern Mulan.
Thank you very much.
Saying good night, yeah, or good morning, good afternoon, whatever time you're
Yeah.
watching this in for the replayers out there. So again, thank you and see you on our next episode. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye everyone. Maraming salamat.